all heard the commentary about Lindsey Graham, the perceived good, the bad, and everything in between. We saw that post from Cory Booker, that long unnecessary thread from Amy Klobuchar, most of the MAGA chuds that are in their feelings about this. Whatever category you line up with when it comes to Lindsey Graham, this is what I think you should remember. Much like a movie, if the first part of it is really, really good, but the ending sucks, people remember the bad ending. Lindsey Graham was in that wing of John McCain and Joe Lieberman. When McCain passed, that's when Lindsey really showed his true colors of what he wanted, and that is power. It's right before that. Everybody remembers that 2016 campaign when he said, if we nominate Donald Trump, we deserve to lose. Or people remember this clip.
If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation, because what's not to like? Here's what I can tell you. That life can change just like that. Don't take it for granted. Don't take relationships for granted. I called him after Bo died, and he basically said, well, Bo was my soul. We've talked for a long time. He came to my ceremony and said some of the most incredibly heartfelt things that anybody could ever say to me. And he's the nicest person I think I've ever met in politics. Is that right? He is as good a man as God ever created.
If only he kept that consistency, because then he would go on to publicly bash Joe Biden to the point that it went beyond just policy disagreements. But that's what kills me, is that this is what Donald Trump has done to the souls of a lot of these individuals. And whether you believed it or not, the fact that that once existed in their exterior quickly diminished when they started saddling up and backing Trump. All because that you wanted to be part of the club. You wanted that proxy to power. What did you know about Lindsey Graham in the Senate other than being very hawkish when it comes to war? Really, the only thing domestically that he wanted was a national abortion ban. And that disgusting display in Kavanaugh's confirmation hearings. Where did that guy go talking about Joe Biden? I've seen some people mention the speech he gave on the floor after January 6th, where he said, count me out, enough is enough. People thought that was a principled stance, and maybe this is the time he's going to break away from Trump. If only we were that lucky. He did the bare minimum of accepting that Trump lost, because then he would go out on television and say, don't you want to see Act 2? He was part of that terror circle that was trying to publicly rehabilitate him. He didn't break away from him. He planted the seeds for the comeback. And speaking of January 6th, here's what Michael Fanone wrote about Lindsey Graham. Pause to read. Didn't want to accept the fact that Trump was to blame for that day. Lindsey Graham had a negative impact on our country, signing off on all the bad policies, to shilling the conflict in Iran, and his unquenchable thirst for a certain I country. You know, not America first. Having said all that, Lindsey Graham was one of the people that knew better and sold his soul anyway. When you see people that are not sad that he's no longer with us, you can hate it all you want. And I'm going to show you a clip from Rick Wilson from this past weekend. And I want you to really, really let this sink in about our reactions and our feelings.
You're going to see a lot of MAGAs if you critique Lindsey Graham online today. How dare you be so uncivilized and so cruel? And fuck right off. Okay? You set the rules, guys. MAGA set the rules. We were told it's hilarious to mock the death of Robert Mueller. We're told it's hilarious to mock the death of John McCain. It's hilarious to mock the death of Colin Powell. You guys set these rules. And frankly, the fuck your feelings crowd in MAGA world, they are the most delicate bunch of titty babies I've ever seen in my life. They get so easily offended if you step over the tiniest little line and touch their hurt feelings. Lindsey Graham bought into this. He bought the ticket.
Y'all laid the groundwork on how to react when it comes to somebody you don't like. Another name that Rick didn't mention, Rob Reiner, and even Trump. Trump was empty when talking about Lindsey Graham. He didn't give this profound eulogy or give a thoughtful piece about him. He talked about the SAVE Act and then reverted back to himself because he's a sociopathic narcissist. So if you think yesterday was bad, just wait until Father Time finally takes Donnie, just like I know all of you will when Joe Biden passes. Because civility no longer exists, decorum is gone, so I can memorialize somebody like John McCain, somebody that I would not have agreed with policy-wise, cared about civility, cared about norms, took his loss in a contest like a man. So while most of you are mourning the loss of Lindsey Graham, just remember Lindsey Graham is responsible for a lot of people that have been unalived in this country and overseas. He betrayed his oath in the Senate and to the United States, betrayed the ideology of conservatism, and basically that the Constitution was just a piece of paper. This is Lindsey Graham and somebody like Mitch McConnell's legacy. History will not be fond of either one of them.